I'm so thankful I get to cover this company. You know, it's never a boring day on the job. It's never easy. It's never one-sided. Everyone's mad or everyone's happy. It's always a nice mixed bag, and that makes my job fun to do. Going to this point of the year here, December 2023, I wouldn't blame you if you had two things on your mind when it came to Bethesda. Number one, hey, Starfield just came out a few months ago. Where's the next major update for that game that goes beyond the latest update that just came out, which is 2 bullet points long? Yeah, for real. Meanwhile, Fallout 4's next-gen update is apparently still due out in 2023, but there's been no word on that. So those have been the two major questions in the Bethesda Game Studios community, and then somehow Skyrim finds a way to stampede all of that and arrive with the biggest update we've seen across all three of these Bethesda Game Studios games in the Return of Creations, which is basically a paid mods system that has a lot of pros and a lot of cons attached to it. Now, I said at the start of this that this is something you may have seen coming if you've been watching my channel since the start of the year. One of the first videos we put out in 2023 was talking about new, quote, DLC, end quote, coming to Skyrim, and that Bethesda was working on some sort of marketplace for this game. This was confirmed via a Steam DB branch that was labeled Marketplace, and we all started to run on the assumption that this was going to be kind of like Minecraft, where they had their own community marketplace, where people could actually make companies and make mods within Minecraft and sell them and make a living off of modding a particular game, where Skyrim has kind of turned into that platform. If the gameplay you're already seeing isn't an indication of this. I just used this Nolvis overhaul mod, ripped my 400 gigabyte overhaul, by the way, because thanks to this update, kaboosh, that's all done with. Wonderful. But yeah, it's a platform, and people are dramatically transforming this game, and there have been games made within games, like Forgotten City was a big Skyrim mod that's been made into a full release. But we also saw this coming because Bethesda Game Studios posted on Twitter that they'd be taking down the in-game mods and Creation Club services for an extended period of time. And this was just abnormal behavior where, once again, I pointed my audience to this marketplace and I said, hey, get ready. It's probably on the way. Skyrim and Fallout 4 are forever going to be the test beds for Bethesda Game Studios for anything they want to bring into future products. Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, whatever they're going to bring into those, they're going to try out on the, quote, biggest core audience, Skyrim being, of course, the first testing ground for that. If you sign in right now on Steam, there is a almost 12 gigabyte update that you can download, and with it arrives brand new content to Skyrim and a whole new system that Bethesda defines as Creations. So, like I mentioned, mixed bag. We're going to get into all the opinions of it in a little bit, but first the information. Naturally, if you're new here and you're into Bethesda news information across Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing. Let's begin with what the heck this thing is. So Bethesda says, in continuing to evolve with the Skyrim community, we're excited to announce Bethesda Game Studios Creations, an updated way for players to discover, download, and play community-made content. Creations combines Skyrim's existing mods, Creation Club items, and all new creations under a single Creations menu, available for players to browse today in the Skyrim Special Edition. So this already presents a little bit of a problem. Previously, when you went to do anything Skyrim Special Edition or Fallout 4 related, when it came to modding versus DLC versus Creation Club, these were separated into various menus. Now they've all been piled into one, and this is where it can get a little messy in the terms of organization. I'm not completely in love with the UI and the layout of the Creations menu, but also this can lead to easy cash grabs. This can lead to some misleading content. And I just think overall keeping the separation was good there, but it's clear that Bethesda, not just for Skyrim, but more importantly, something like Starfield, is going to use this to push their very unique form of monetization, which again has pros and cons. We'll get into that, but let's continue on with more information. Creators can put up their own creations for players to enjoy, or even apply to the Bethesda Game Studios verified creator program to set prices for their creations. That's right, become a verified creator and you could earn a royalty for each of your creations sold within Skyrim Special Edition. Creations is rolling out today for Special Edition and Anniversary Edition for PC via Microsoft Store, Steam, Epic Game Store, as well as Xbox Series X and S, One X and S, and PS4 and PS5. No mention of Switch, naturally, which I think is to be expected here. So this is pro number one. There is no denying that modding has completely changed the landscape for what a Bethesda Game Studios game is. I think one of the main reasons that the internet has a lot of hope still in Starfield for people who don't like it at all is because when you look at, again, my Skyrim gameplay on screen, the game is practically unrecognizable, and that Starfield could have the same fate. No doubt it will over time. And people do this free of charge, might I add. And it's because of their input and their free work that the games got to this point, and that they can now pave the way for future modders to make careers out of this. This is something Todd Howard talked about in the Lex Friedman podcast, how they're looking at ways to, you know, see if they can get the modders properly rewarded. And in that sense, this is why I'm mildly okay with the system. I think these modders deserve to make some bread. I mean, they are making full-on overhauls. I look at Sky Oblivion as a perfect example. With this new creation system, like, I hope this is something that they can make a little bit of money off, because my God, they've worked on it for years, and the least they could do is collect a little bit of pocket change after it's all said and done. Naturally, the problem lies in that there is usually a free version of the paid version. And the Creation Club prices are pretty hit or miss. Like, they add this East Empire expansion, which we'll talk about all the new content here today. This East Empire expansion goes for 700 Creation Club credits. That's around $8. Depending on how much free money you've got lying around, this may not be the worst price point in the world, but it's not super cheap. And that's because they're also starting to invest more resources into these quest lines. I want to use East Empire expansion as our primary example here, and I'll get into why this is such a key component of this new Creations expansion, where they describe it as establish and grow trading posts across Skyrim, unlocking new mercantile systems for the East Empire Company. Fill dungeon chests with loot for company agents to deliver to nearest outposts or even to the market on your behalf. This creation adds quests, fully voiced NPCs, and more from Kingeth Creations, known for contributing on sim settlements. So here are the key components of this and why it's significant. 1, meaningful gameplay expansion. 2, new quests, which we've already seen in some Creation Club editions. And 3, voiced NPCs. Originally, when Creation Club rolled out, the way the system was structured, it was said not only by modders, but even Bethesda themselves that, hey, we can't make this into like full-on DLC where we do some really crazy stuff here. Since then, the process has expanded over time, and when you look at what you got in Skyrim Anniversary Edition, some meaningful dungeons, some meaningful player homes, some new quests, that all worked pretty well and felt like a natural integration into the game. But the standout thing was no voiced NPCs, and it still felt like the system was limited, and like Bethesda was kind of just getting rid of a ton of creation items. And naturally, we didn't know at the time, but they were getting ready to just overhaul the entire system, so they figured they'd make a quick buck off of the Anniversary Edition. And so now with this newly overhauled system, you're getting more official feeling content, I guess, right? Not in just gameplay and quests, but in NPCs being voiced. That is a pretty major step forward, because one of the big problems people had with the quote paid mods was that they were saying like, hey, go buy a weapon pack for like $10. This seems a little bit more accounting for feedback, not saying everyone's going to like it. It's definitely, to me, an improvement versus the original Creation Club vision, but I still feel mixed on it, because let's not get it twisted. There was a strong negative response to Creation Club. Really strong. I'm talking one of the most disliked videos I've seen on YouTube ever when it came to Creation Club. And for Bethesda to try it again under a new kind of branding seems a little sneaky to me, but I almost feel like the die has been cast. This is going to be in Fallout 4's next gen update. Do not be surprised when it's there. This is going to be in Starfield. Do not be surprised when it's there. And I'm not saying that to tell you can't get mad, but just don't be surprised. There's more beyond the East Empire expansion. They talk about legendary dungeons, Dwarven Delves. This hefty first dungeon pack from creator TrainWiz adds 2 unique and perilous dungeons, offering players tons to delve into. Folks may already be familiar with TrainWiz's works from the classic meme mods, including a certain famous tank engine, not to mention the Forgotten Seasons Creation Club item, also available in Skyrim Special Edition. Katja the Thief, primarily known in the community for making Fallout 4 collaborations, this creation from Unoctium introduces players to Katja, a voiced Nord follower, to join you on your escapades. Aldmeri Anti-Mage. From creator Niero comes this lavish Thalmor robe, offering a simple yet stunning outfit for players' wardrobes. Just because you spend a lot of time adventuring doesn't mean you can't look good while doing it. It does look pretty awesome. Winterfrost, creator The Dog of War, offers players a beautiful domicile to keep warm from chilly outdoors. You'll have to complete a short quest before moving in, but it'll all be worth it to call the place home. The Arquebus, this one actually looks pretty awesome. This creation packs both a dungeon to explore and a unique weapon to boot. Forged by creator Shoeburglar, Players delve into an expansive ruin, facing its Dwemer-made centurions and wielding a mighty arquebus, complete with 4 variations. And then there's the Shade Tree Lodge. Known for making homes in Skyrim, creator Eleanor is a fixture in the modding community and was even a contract developer for Starfield. This creation offers a cozy player home on the water to hang your hat or helmet after a long day's adventuring. So yeah, they have a ton of brand new creations there, and I imagine this is going to be the formula. Like every month would be my guess. Bethesda's going to put a Bethesda.net article out there and say like, hey, here are the new big creations. Maybe they won't be on that much of a timer, I'm just guessing, but hey, here are the new creations. Let's spotlight them and bring more players into Skyrim. And in that sense, I guess I better keep Skyrim installed because I imagine I will be covering them as often as these new creations get injected into the game. What this does complicate, I mentioned my mod overhaul. This complicates those who are not interested in this and would like to not have to update their files each and every time a new little set of creations joins Skyrim Special Edition. So I recommend if you're over on Steam, disable your updates, your automatic updates. Make sure that you're nice and clear over there because, yeah, they can sneak one up on you and ruin your entire mod list and have you do script extender over again and all that stuff that we just want to do one time and then move on from. So this is the start of more consistent updates again happening in Skyrim. So that's why I just warn you all, if you are modding on PC, you probably already know this, but for those who don't, turn off automatic updates because this will disrupt your mod list frequently, and condolences to those of you who are already working on your mod list now. So Bethesda concludes all of this saying, so what's changing? An evolution of the Creation Club program, Creations enhances how creators develop and showcase their works to Skyrim fans on a variety of platforms. For those already familiar with the previous Creation Club, here are a few of the major changes to look for. Skyrim Special Edition, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition itself is now updated with the new Creations menu and more. For details including notes on an ultra-wide monitor and Steam Deck support for PC players, you can consult the official Skyrim Special Edition patch notes. There's the Creation Kit. Our official tool for creators is also getting an update. A newly added resource pack has been included to get creators' feet wet with a selection of art and scripting assets. Creators should ensure that they have the latest version of the Creation Kit before uploading their content to Creations website. We're overhauling the Creations website once the Creation Club site with improved content discovery, continued highlighting of monthly featured creations. I like how I pretended to make that guess. I forgot it was here at the bottom of the article, and enhanced features for uploading creations. Learn more in our official article on revamping the Creations website found here. And creation credits. Players can still access their original Creation Club items and use creation credits, previously Creation Club credits, to purchase content in the Creations menu. With the debut of Creations, we'll be adjusting the names and pricing of creation credit packs effective December 12th. So we're going to want to keep an eye out on that. That'll probably be our next Skyrim update. We're going to want to keep an eye on that because we don't know what the pricing will change to. Right now, you can buy all of this, but there's only 4 tiers of credits you can spend. So the minimum you can spend, as I mentioned earlier, is around $7 to $8. So we're going to see if they offer less or more, like maybe a 500 pack. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, I'm just kind of like mixed on this. I think there's a lot of good that can come from this. I'm very excited to see like full-on modding development teams come together to make real meaningful expansions to Skyrim Special Edition that can then be sold and feel like official content, and that these people can make a living off of that. Like, as someone who works in this industry, that's amazing news. But that's idealistic thinking that we're going to get these massive mods. It could just be very much a plateau, your weapon packs, your occasional dungeon packs, and so on and so forth. So we'll see what new stuff they bring to the table, but prepare yourselves because, yeah, I think this is the start of Fallout 4 getting that, and I get why Bethesda wants to go this route. It's going to take forever to get a new Fallout game. It's going to take forever if we even consider a new Starfield game, right? Same thing with a new Elder Scrolls game, although at least it seems like that's the soonest on the timeline. But this is, I imagine, Bethesda's solution to, okay, we take a long time to make games. Here's how we keep them supported. And so, yeah, like I said, very in the middle on this. Don't hate it, but definitely not fully in love with it. But excited for the modders who get to make a career out of this, no doubt. This is an exciting day for them. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Are you mixed like me? Are you more on the negative side, on the positive side? Let me know what you're thinking down below. With that, take excellent care of yourselves, and I will see you next time around. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the heck out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.